Hello, kitty cats. We have another story of a woman, astronomer, poet, and a mathematician. And her name is Wang Zhenyi. Wang Zhenyi was one of the greatest scholars in China. She explained eclipse in her paper, The Dispute of the Precession of the Equinoxes. So this is her. This is what she looks like. Okay. And then she wrote political poetry about injustice. She wrote papers explaining trigonometry and the principles of multiplication and division. Wow. Accurately recorded lunar eclipses and equinoxes. Her quote is, "It's made to believe women are the same as men. Are not convinced. Daughters can also be heroic," she said. So she was one of the greatest scholars in China. She was born in 1768 during the Qing dynasty. At the time, China had a strict feudal system. Education was available only for the wealthy, and women were expected to cook, sew, and not be bothered by studies. Wang Zhenyi was fortunate to be born into a family of scholars who value her education. Her grandfather and her father taught her astronomy and math. She also traveled extensively and saw how extreme taxation affected the less fortunate. Learning about the harshness of poverty inspired her to write poetry decrying injustice. In Wang Zhenyi's day, eclipses were considered mysterious and beautiful, but were not well understood. But she had theories about how they worked, and she created her own eclipse model using a mirror, a lamp, and a globe that she tied up with ropes around a table. She used it to prove her theories about how the moon blocks our view of the sun, or the earth blocks the sun's light from reaching the moon during an eclipse. And there were more planetary problems to solve. Wang Zhenyi's scientifically studied the Chinese calendar system and used her telescope to measure the stars and further explain the rotation of the solar system. She was also a dedicated mathematician. Her struggles with math would often make her stop and sigh, but she pushed through those tough moments. She was persistent. She understood complicated arithmetic theories, and at the age of 24 published a 5-volume guide for beginners called Simple Principles of Calculation. This work, compiled 6 years after Wang's death, was prefaced by the famous scholar Zhenyi and read by many. When Wang lived only to age 29, but she is remembered as one of the greatest minds of the Qing dynasty. She published many volumes of writing on math, astronomy, and poetry, and her work influenced legions of scientists, mathematicians, and writers who came after her. So she loved her grandfather's huge library of books, understood that the earth was round, and described it as a ball. She was accomplished in archery and horseback riding. Wow. And she explained eclipse in her paper, The Dispute of the Precession of the Equinox. She updated the count and placement of the stars. She developed her own argument on gravity, wrote commentaries on the Pythagorean theorem and other trigonometric studies. So that is Wang Zhenyi, and this is what she looks like, and this is about her. So she was a very smart scientist who contributed to our understanding of astronomy and geometry. Okay, that's all for now. Until next time, I love you. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Mwah.